Hello, my name is Justine Vaughan and the company is Triangle HR. We work with organisations providing support and advice throughout the journey of the employee. Today I'd like to talk to you about domestic abuse and in particular how employers can recognise the signs and symptoms of domestic abuse in the workplace and what organisations can do to support those affected and what other support is available externally. In the UK, in any 1 year, more than 20% of employed women take time off work because of domestic violence. 2% lose their jobs as a direct result of the abuse, and 55% of abused women are arriving late for work. And whilst you can't always recognise the signs and symptoms in the workplace, employees experiencing domestic abuse suffer a broad range of physical and emotional consequences. One example being reduced performance and productivity. And although this can often be identified, it can also be overlooked if your organisation does not have clearly defined roles and responsibilities in place. Regular one-to-one meetings can help to recognise changes in an individual's behaviour, and by talking to your employees regularly will help to develop strong relationships, which in turn may help encourage employees to talk about any personal difficulties they are facing. Another example is lateness and frequent absences. Another sign might be social withdrawal from co-workers. Don't be afraid to talk to your staff and in turn offer support and freedom for them to talk to you. In doing this, you should also reassure them that your conversations are in confidence. Employers have a duty of care to support their staff, and by doing this they must demonstrate that guidance and support is available for staff. Having a domestic abuse policy in place will help to create a safe and supportive environment, also helping to reduce absence-related costs and increase productivity. So talking about policies, it's important to provide clear statements outlining the organisation's commitment, providing details of the first point of contact, but also demonstrating a commitment to offer ongoing support, i.e. counselling, granting of leave, or even allowing temporary or flexible working arrangements. The policy should also address how to increase awareness for staff and managers. It's important to make details of any policy available to all staff. This can be done via internal notice boards, posters, and discussions at team meetings. Where a policy is in place, it would be advisable to ensure this is reviewed and updated regularly. Your policy should also include your commitment to staff training and awareness. Organisations should consider having staff specifically trained, particularly those who have line management responsibility. Managers must respect the confidentiality and of course appreciate the sensitive use of performance and attendance procedures. There are various external training resources available, and where possible I would advise employers to invest in developing key people within their organisation. Where a manager or colleague suspects domestic abuse, they should seek advice immediately and before having any discussion with the employee. Your policy should also include your commitment to day-to-day support. Identify a work contact for providing support and emergency contact, change of work patterns or workload, diverting of calls or emails, alerting reception and security staff, checking staff arrangements in terms of them getting to and from work. Finally, whilst being supportive, it's important to manage and balance performance and attendance issues accordingly. There is also lots of external support available for employers. As you may already be aware, there are lots of groups and organisations that offer support and advice externally. And whether you are a large or small employer, don't think that domestic abuse won't affect your business. The cost of domestic abuse in the UK is a staggering £1.9 billion per annum, with a significant proportion of this being borne by employers. Therefore, the support mechanisms and policy guidelines employers provide to their staff will help increase the awareness and encourage staff to speak to their line manager or a colleague in confidence. I briefly talked to you about how to recognise and support domestic abuse in the workplace. However, you will appreciate that this is only just scratching the surface. Therefore, I would like to offer you the opportunity to hear more about how you can implement clear policy guidelines and support in your business by encouraging you to get in touch. My telephone number is 01743 444 007 and my email address is Justine, Justine, @trianglehr.co.uk. And don't forget, Triangle HR are here to help you.